Hi everybody, I'm setting up. I apologize. Freaking 50 minutes late. And it's my own fault.
On Vegas time?
Yeah, or on Vegas time. I woke up late. I had a rough night. I did not sleep well. So, if nobody comes on, I absolutely understand. I know everybody was expecting it to be earlier. And hopefully, because I can't Wi-Fi out here. It's not the best service on the Wi-Fi, so I'm hoping that my service works good. I'll wait a minute or two and see if anybody pops on. And I guess there we go. Give it a couple of minutes. I see Trista jumped on. Thank you. I apologize again that I'm late. Very late. And Catherine, hi Catherine, how are you, hon? Maybe closer to 10 o'clock might have been better for other people. I was even trying to see if I could get a good a view up here, but I can't. Well, let's see. You can see in the window behind me the reflection of what I'm looking at. There we go. All right, anyway. There's that. But I gotta use this. Hi, Miss Gina. Again, I'm sorry I'm late, guys. So, today's live, I'm doing it on different salts first, and then different waters to use in our practice. And of course, you know me, I love the science part of everything. You know, with the salts, I can actually throw in some science. So I'll even go over a little bit of that just because being that I also follow, you know, voodoo and hoodoo and stuff like that, and herbs and all that kind of, you know, yay, right? The science of it kind of goes hand in hand with the practice. I mean, isn't that why witches were witches in the first place? Was, you know, what the herbs did for us medically, scientifically. So it's kind of why I like the science part. Anywho, all right, enough of the rambling part. I see 3 of you are on, and I don't want to keep you all too long, so I'm going to jump right in. And again, I apologize. Anyway, so salt obviously is not just for flavoring food. It is amazing for magic. But why? Why is it so magical? Well, it's a pure substance made from the earth and the sea. We have 2 elements right there. Therefore, it carries that very essence of those elements. Example, sea salt carries the water elements properties, right? While like Himalayan pink salt would carry the earth's elements. And then we also keep in mind that salt will take on the energy of its natural surroundings. Hawaiian black salt carries more Hawaiian energy, while Cyprus black salt, not only does it taste, feel, and act differently, it carries its Mediterranean energies. So whatever salt magic you choose to make, no matter what, just know that it's going to be effective, right? Okay, so we'll start off with pink Himalayan salt. Pink Himalayan salt is the purest form of salt in the world, and it comes from the Himalayan mountains of Pakistan, and it contains approximately 84 trace minerals. It can range in color from really pale pink to a deeper salmon tone, which is due to some of those trace minerals. It also utilizes it's also utilized for various skin treatments as well as medicinal purposes. Himalayan sea salt has been noted to assist in alleviating, regulating the body's water levels, as well as strengthening our bones. It's often used as lamps for therapeutic purposes, and it has that added magical property of self-love and romance. I like to compare its energy to that of the rose quartz, soft and soothing. Fleur de sel salt Fleur de sel is French for flower of salt, and it's harvested off the coast of Brittany, France. Unlike table salt or Himalayan pink salt, Fleur de sel appears to be more like shavings rather than rounded crystals, and are carefully cultivated with wooden rakes as the rising tide emerges. It forms as a delicate crush on top of the seawater that's been evaporated and becomes like a blue-gray in color. I find this type of salt really fascinating. When it's used in magic, Fleur de sel has a softer quality to your workings, and it's particularly kind when working with fairies and elementals. Hawaiian black salt, also known as lava salt. Lava salt is derived from the volcanic regions of Hawaii. It's a blend of purified charcoal and sea salt. Activated charcoal can be added to it for even more benefits. While black lava gets its name due to its earthy hue, it doesn't actually come from volcanoes like the name implies. Health benefits of lava salt are pretty wide. It helps with water retention, alleviated muscle cramping, gas and bloating, removes toxins, improves brain function. I probably should have had some of that this morning. Using Hawaiian black salt in your practice also invokes the power and the beauty of Hawaiian Islands and its volcanoes. Simply put, it's pretty extra strength. Sea salt. Sea salt is produced by the evaporation of seawater and gives off a grainy, unrefined texture. Depending on where it's cultivated, which is multiple places actually, sea salt will typically capture the minerals of the location where it was grown or where it formed. Sea salt is high in potassium, iron, and zinc. Though many types of salt essentially come from the sea, sea salt gets its name simply for marketing purposes, as other names for it, such as bay salt or solar salt, are also widely used. Because of the sea salt's grainy texture, it's ideal to use for cosmetic purposes, like body scrubs, hairsprays, saltwater gargles, even for your sore throat. It's even a healing agent for the treatment of joint pain and rheumatoid arthritis. Sea salt carries the power of the sea and the water element. I guess, obviously, right? It's purifying, protective, and great as an offering to the sea spirits and deities. And if you pair it with black pepper, not just for culinary purposes, but for magical purposes, you've got some powerful magic at the ready. Table salt, okay? Table salt is the most widely used. It's the easiest to access and get to. And it's harvested by salt crystals that are taken from underground and treated with an anti-caking agent to keep the crystals from clumping together. Most table salts are infused with iodine. It is a vital nutrient, though, that's needed within the diet to help balance our thyroid hormones, responsible for metabolism, bone health, immune responses. So it actually has benefits. It is the most processed of the salts, and it's typically dried in the sun. It's actually cooked up to 1200 degrees Fahrenheit and infused with synthetic chemicals. You might wonder, is table salt just as effective in magic as any of the other fancy salts? Well, in my experience, it works just as well as sea salt or pink salt in magic. using it to purify, protect, and in ritual is perfectly acceptable. Let's see. Hawaiian red salt, or Elea salt. Hawaiian red salt is cultivated from the mountain regions of Waimea, Hawaii, a region that produces a reddish clay that's packed of iron. In Hawaiian tradition, Elea, or Hawaiian red salt, is used to purify, cleanse, and bless. The salt is created when caught in tide pools that stir up that red clay, and when this salt evaporates, it leaves behind a red residue. And that's, it leaves a red residue on the salt, and that's from that red clay. It's used in Hawaiian cuisine and spiritual customs. Elea added to the salt gives the red color. Obviously, because that's rich in iron oxide. Hawaiians use this salt to cleanse their tools, canoes, homes. It's more different and expensive to purchase authentic Hawaiian Elea red salt because most of it is now produced in California and not Hawaii. So if you're going to get this one, you want to be sure that you're getting true Elea salt from Hawaii. Okay. Which is black salt. So it's an extremely powerful substance, and it's a favorite amongst us witches. Absolutely. It is not edible. Please do not eat this. It's made of your choice of salts and ashes. These ashes can come from your fire pit, your herb bundle remnants, your smudge remnants, incense ashes, and so forth. And some witches also use cast iron scrapings from their cauldrons to mix into the salt. It is protective and very useful in banishing, binding, and reversal spells. There's literally dozens of uses for this salt. Again, not edible. Gray salt, also known as Celtic salt. Gray salt is the result of salts that have developed in pools made of clay. Popularized by the French, it has a natural gray color, and it's very flaky in texture. It also has a really high concentration of iron, manganese, and calcium than table salt does. Magically speaking, gray salt is great for gray magic. I mean, come on, why not have the color association, right? That magic anyway, that straddles the line between good and bad, between here and there. Essentially, gray salt is a liminal type of salt and can be used in boundary or threshold workings. And I'm really hoping that this is recording and doing well, because I don't know if anybody's commenting. And if you are, I apologize, because I'm realizing I'm reading along and nothing's popping up. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. I don't know. I can't tell if my live's even running or not, babe. I don't know. Okay, Cyprus black salt. Cyprus black salt comes from the Mediterranean. Seawater is dried in lava beds and then mixed with charcoal. It's definitely edible, and its shape is like a pyramid. So in my opinion, this type of salt evokes the properties of the pyramids. That's my own opinion, though. Drawing down energy from heaven itself, and the charcoal mixed in activates it. Much different from other salts. If you'd like to add a bit of Mediterranean to your magical practice and kitchen witchcraft, you'll find it in this salt. Yeah, it looks like I've got one person watching. If you could post a comment on there and tell me that it's working, that would be awesome. Because I don't mind having to restart this or do this later if I have to. I'm kind of waiting. I'm sorry. Because I'm literally just about halfway through the salts, and normally I've got comments by now. Okay, let me see here. No? Irons. Okay, see, there were some comments on there. I moved inside. I apologize. Ended up losing a little bit of connection, but I moved inside. Maybe we could get this finished up. Yeah, there's comment. Iron scrapings and salt. Oh, yeah. Trying to read their comments real quick. Okay, so I do see that we've got some comments on here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and finish up. And cypress is a very interesting salt. It's got some pretty magical properties on there. Okay, herb-infused salts. You can find salts infused with various kinds of edible herbs, or you could do it yourself, just like we do our black salt. More commonly, or common or popular herbs that are included are like rosemary, thyme, sage, oregano, garlic, parsley, tarragon. I mean, the sky's the limit. And why not infuse or add herbs to your salt just like we do black salt? Why not do that? Why not add that extra oomph to it, or extra element, or extra property that you're wanting to add to it? I mean, the more the merrier. Epsom salt. So Grandma always told us to take an Epsom salt bath to relax or to throw off bad luck. She was onto something, right? There's another magical salt that is not edible. Please do not eat Epsom salt, but is specifically for topical use. It origins back to the 1600s, and I believe it actually started in Epsom, England. That's where it's from. And its medicinal benefits have been well known for ages. Right, Trista? It's an amazing salt. According to the Health Cleveland Clinic, Epsom salt baths are specifically helpful in relieving muscle stress and mild pain, distressing and reducing inflammation. By taking a ritual bath with Epsom salt, you're engaging in a centuries-old remedy, perhaps even performed by witches from the past. I don't have any magical workings for Epsom salt. I know more of the medicinals, but I'm sure there's a bunch out there. At least once a week, awesome. I know a lot of people who use it all the time. I mean, I make salt baths with it, of course, because of its medicinal properties and what it does for you. It really does help. Pickling salt. You wouldn't think pickles or the ingredients used to make pickles were magical, right? Well, in fact, pickling is a form of preservation that many of our ancestors have used over the years, over centuries. And it's a method of preserving food that we still use today. Mostly because it tastes good, but pickling back in the day even required women who performed the pickling task, to only do it on certain nights, during certain moon phases, and even in alignment with their menstrual cycles. So yeah, pickling salt is just another type of magical salt for good reason. The best thing about pickling salt is in its purest form with no anti-caking agents. So the purifying properties of this salt are pretty damn good. Use pickling salt, your homegrown cucumbers and veggies, and use them in your spell to preserve things like love, prosperity, etc. Just think of it that way, is if you decide you want to use pickling salt, use it if you're wanting to preserve your workings. And Dead Sea salt. This is my last of the salts. It has an array of benefits when consuming in moderation. You can eat Dead Sea salt, but only do it in moderation. It's a very ancient salt. It's renowned for its therapeutic properties. It's a rich source of essential minerals like magnesium, potassium, and calcium. It's one of the few salts that actually contains calcium. Incorporating it into your diet can support overall health and well-being. Dead Sea salt holds a special place in metaphysical practices due to its unique properties. Here's why it's considered so magical. Spiritual and healing benefits. Dead Sea salt is revered for its unparalleled spiritual and healing benefits. Its composition aligns closely with human energetics, and it makes a potential tool for purification and self-realization. Elemental connection. Sea salt, including Dead Sea salt, acts as a metaphysical bridge between elements, fusing earth and water in a harmonious ballet, I guess would be the best way to phrase that. When you use Dead Sea salt, you're tapping into both wellness and spiritual practices. And then there's connection with spirits. It also acts as a bridge during these connections while protecting at the same time. So if you're looking to purify, heal, or connect, Dead Sea salt is a powerful choice. I'm going to quickly go over salt magic, ways to use salt in your witchcraft practice. See, I even wrote that there. The way you use salt in your practice is completely up to you, and it's only limited to your own creativity and preference. And here's just a few witchy ways to make magic salts, or make salt magic, I should say. In kitchen witchcraft, obviously it adds flavors to your food, tenderizes your meat by way of osmosis, draws out spiritual impurities, cleanses and protects. Again, remember, black salt is not edible. Spread salt over your thresholds and window seals to absorb negative energies and ward off unwanted spirits. Excuse me, I had a hiccup. Encircle your house or sacred space as a protective barrier. Bowls of salt placed around the home to absorb bad vibes. Cleanse your crystals and other tools by placing in a bowl of salt. Sprinkle a tablespoon of salt to the bath to cleanse your aura and aid in healing. Add a tablespoon to moon water. Oh, no worries. I understand. I'm going to apologize to you too, Miss Gina. I have a feeling it's a bit glitchy, and I think there was a moment where it was dead because I lost service outside. So you might not have missed much in that 10-minute chunk. Let's see, where was I? I was saying sprinkle a tablespoon or more, whatever, of salt to a bath to cleanse your aura and aid in different healing. I didn't miss grave salt. I didn't do a grave salt. I did Dead Sea salt, Cypress black salt. These are the only ones that I could think of that would be, unless there's another salt that I'm missing that you know about. And gray salt. But I did go over all those salts. Anyway. Add a teaspoon to your moon water. Whether it be full moon, new moon, whatever. To enhance whatever workings. Yep, atta girl. Encircle your candle spells with salt to contain the energy and protect from negative energies. Add salt to your spell bottles, bags, jars, and herbal pillows. I like to add, well, it depends on what I'm working, but if I need to do a pillow or a, we know I'm bad at this word, sachet to, for sleeping, I like to add Dead Sea salt to that. It just helps me with connecting, especially while I'm in that theta part of sleep. And obviously, add salt magic to your body soaks, your bath soaks, your foot soaks. Do any kind of a soak. Add salt, right? Incorporate in your magical sprays to cleanse your home and sacred space before your rituals. And yeah, there's those. So those are my ways to use salt. And I know these are just examples. Gina needs a new bathtub for herself, honey. The boys' bathtub is gross, she says. She won't use the boys' bathtub. I understand that. We had boys. Does it matter which salt for a bath? In all honesty, no. You can use any and all of the salts for your bath. Epsom salt is the one that has been medically, studied and proven to help relax the muscles and stuff like that. Well, more so relax the muscles over any of the other salts is what I'll say. But you could use any salts especially if you're doing a ritual bath. You could use any of the salts. Salt is actually really good for our body. All sorts of salts is good for our body. So no, if you're doing a ritual bath, no. If you need to do something specific, then just kind of look up what salt you want to put in there. Yep, there we go. Like Gina just said, whichever calls to you and whatever purpose you want it for. Exactly. Okay, so I'm going to jump into uses of water, different waters. Water has been used in witchcraft and magical practices since the dawn of time. I agree with Gina. I like a salt scrub over a sugar scrub any day. It's a powerful element water is a powerful element that could be used to create energy, enhance spells and rituals, or even summon spirits. There's more than what I have in my list of different types of water that can be utilized in magical practices, and each with its own unique properties and uses. So I'm going to go over various forms and their applications in witchcraft, such as snow, lake, rain, sun, moon, ocean, and more. I also want to discuss why it's important to use the correct type of water when performing your magical workings, so you get the maximum benefit from them. It's also important to know that when collecting and using any of these waters for magical purposes, it's collected in a clean container and stored away from any pollutants. That's really important because you don't want to mix your waters. I mean, water is one of the purest forms of magic. Why pollute it? Why mess it up, right? Okay, anyway. Should make and sell some at my shop. Make and sell, oh, salt scrubs, yes. You're not wrong. I'll talk to Mandy about that one. Yep, I do too. For sure, Gina. Okay, rainwater. One of the most powerful forms of water that can be used in your magical practice. It's associated with emotion, cleansing, and even fertility. Rainwater can be used to purify a space before a ritual or a spell, bring in emotional healing and balance, promote fertility for plants and animals, and even draw down lunar power from the moon. So Trista's asking, how long can you keep water before it goes bad? So if you put whatever water in a clean and unpolluted container and keep it out of the sun, you can keep it for essentially forever. That's the thing. One of the reasons why I say to use a clean container, stored away from any pollutants. I know I didn't say it up here in the top, I didn't have it written up here in the top. But keep it out of the sun. Store it in a nice, cool, dark place, just like you would if you're infusing any oils or making anything that you're infusing, right? Because you don't want any mold to grow within your water. Because if the sun gets to it, you're going to grow mold. Even if it's the cleanest, purest water, if it's sitting in the sun, you're going to have mold. So basically it comes down to clean container, out of the sun. Your longevity, as Gina, the word that Gina used down here, it's expanded, just like she just said. And it makes a world of a difference. Bless you. So there is no actual amount of how long. It could be it could be anywhere from a few days to years, just depending on how you collected it and take care of it. Yeah. Okay. Stormwater. We just did rainwater, now stormwater. And yes, there is a difference. Also known as water from lightning or thunderstorms. It's very powerful, and its intense energy can be used to empower spells and rituals. Stormwater is associated with power, protection, and the ability to. It's believed that stormwater can cast out bad luck and bring in good fortune. If we're looking for more strength in your magical properties, then stormwater is the perfect use. Hurricane water. So this is why we go over these. It's another form of water that has a very intense energy. Though I mean, I've never been in a hurricane, but I would assume it'd be a lot harder to collect. Anyway, it's associated with transformation, purification, and healing. Hurricane water can be used to cleanse a space or a person of negative energies. Promote healing on all levels, or help with major life changes. And that's pretty cool. Snow. Obviously, snow is a form of frozen water that can be used for cleansing, protecting, and purification. It has the ability to absorb negative energy and clear away any impurities in an area. Snow is also believed to attract good luck and abundance when sprinkled around your home or sacred space. When using it for magical purposes, it's important to make sure the snow has not been in contact with any man-made chemicals because that could potentially alter its energy. I've heard that also with the hurricane water, and I'd love to try to collect it one year, but in secured areas, but no masonry drawers heading around. Ah, see? We've got someone who knows how to collect hurricane water. There we go. I might have to incorporate you to collect some of that. I usually get out and collect ocean water and spread that out to, different wisters, because we do a lot of ocean fishing, and we get way out there and collect it from the deeps. I'm not a collect it at the shore kind of person. So, Miss Catherine, I might have to talk to you about collecting hurricane water for me. All right, I'm going to move on. Lake water. It's a potent form of water that can be used for healing, divination, and communication. I mean, why would we not think of using it for communication? I mean, we have our lake spirits, right? Right, Gina? We need to start communicating more with our witches across the nation. And maybe that needs to be some of our trades. I'm sure we could work something out. Anyway, it's believed that lake water has the power to open up portals between our world and the other realms, making it a great tool for connecting with spirits. Lake water can be used to bring clarity and insight, heal physical or emotional wounds, gain knowledge from ancestors or spirit guides. I mean, just working with lake spirits is so intense. Why would I think that working with lake water not be just as intense, right? Okay. Ocean water. It's a powerful form of water that literally comes with its own strength, protection, and wisdom. It's believed that the ocean has the ability to connect us with the magical energies of the moon, sun, and stars. The ocean can be used to cleanse a space or a person of negative energy, receive guidance when making difficult decisions, and open up portals to explore new realms. Waterfalls were here, but definitely not for internal or topical use waters. Yeah. Yep. Sun water. It's associated with power and strength and can be used to empower spells and rituals. Sun water has the ability to bring light and warmth into a space, promoting growth and joy. Remember, water is also, sun water, I don't know why I said the word remember. Sun water is also believed to bring in creativity, fertility, and abundance. And it's important to collect sun water during the day when the sun is at its highest point for maximum potency. Now, I believe it was over a year ago that I did a live on sun magic. And I discussed when making a sun tea and how to use that sun tea internally for your own magical practices. So basically, that's what I'm telling you right here about this sun water. Again, is, use that, make that sun tea, add it to your magical practice. It's a method that's been used for centuries by witches. Drink that sun water. I drink moon water too, and that's my last one. Thank you, Miss Dina. Thank you. So, last water that I have, moon water. It's associated with wisdom, intuition, and divination. It's believed that moon water can help to open your third eye Oh, I know. I love sun tea also. We make it all the time for my husband. He loves it. I'm going to start that sentence again real quick. It's believed that moon water can help to open your third eye and provide deep insight when used during rituals or spell work. And I started that sentence again because I didn't want to mess it up, because opening your third eye is so important. Okay, I'll stop for a sec. Question: sun water, do you have to use it within so many days or hours? Refrigerate it, and you're good to go. For as long as it still tastes good. Well, that's if you're drinking it. Sorry. If you're just going to use your sun water after you have infused it at the high point of the day, just like all of your other waters, put it in a cool, dark place. And however long your water will last is however long you can use it for. Yep, and drinking water you charge with your own energy is amazing for you. Whatever energy, if you're feeling amazing one morning, oh no, don't ever be sorry for questions. That's why we do this, right? But I agree with Gina also about the energy. If you wake up one morning and you're feeling fucking amazing, just hold on to a bottle or a glass of water or whatever and just push that energy into it and drink it throughout the day. It's going to be amazing how you feel. Just amazing how you feel. You're going to be on such a high. I do it and I love it. I love the way it makes me feel all day long. So yes, listen to Gina when she says charge with your own energy. Okay, anyway, opening your third eye. Very important. So use moon water to do it. Okay. And moon water can also be used to promote psychic abilities, bring peace and harmony, or even gain wisdom from your ancestors. So, in the ending, my last paragraph here, I said, adding various types of water to your spells or workings can bring about profound results. Water has the power to cleanse, heal, protect, and empower us with many magical properties. Be sure to always collect water in a clean container. I know I said this 100 times, but I'm going to keep saying it. Clean container, and store away from any pollutants. And I know I left it out again, but away from the sun for the best possible results. Remember that when it comes to magical practices, tapping into the power of water can take your spells and your rituals to a whole nother level. And like Gina says here, yes, all the phases of the moon for moon water, absolutely. Just like when I did my Sun Magic Live, all the phases of the sun. The sun has, so our moon has its 4 main phases. There's more than just 4 phases, but it's 4 main phases that we focus on a month. The sun has more in one day. Unless you really like the color green in your water. Now, while it's pretty, mind you, it is a pretty color, yes, but it's not a good color for us, so we don't want it. A good joke, though. I like it. Does it matter when you drink a certain phase of moon water? Can you drink it all month long? Absolutely, you can. Say you're in the middle of a new moon phase and you have full moon water and you are feeling that you need that full moon energy and you have it and you want to drink it, drink your full moon water. There's nothing that's going to stop you in doing what your intuition is telling you to do or what you feel you need to do. Yes, new moon water is amazing for all of that. See, I don't do a lot of death magic, but Gina's absolutely correct. And my shadow work is telling myself to get over it. Or go and jump out of a plane. Reminds me that I'm alive. New moon is probably my favorite, right? I tend to use a lot more of, I love my moon water, don't get me wrong, and I use that more ritualistically. But for drinking, I like to use the sun magic and sun waters. So, yep, absolutely. Yeah. Today we're going zip lining. We were supposed to yesterday, but something happened and they told all of us that we'd have to come back later, come back tomorrow. So we decided we're just going to go back down there today. So we're doing that today. But the first morning that we got up, we went skydiving. That's my 4th time. I can't wait to go again. Anywho, I know it wasn't a very long live, but yeah, Fremont Street is a lot of fun. We do like it there. Anyway, I know it wasn't a long live, and I apologize again for starting so late. I literally did not sleep well last night. I don't know why. And, but I did promise that I would go over the salts that I know of. And I know there's more salts out there. And then we decided to, I guess as a group, not just the Crones, as a whole unseen group, to go over waters also. And, yeah. So I do appreciate, we're at the Cosmo. We've been staying here quite often lately, make it sound like I'm here all the time. We're not here all the time. We've only been here like once a year lately. Thank you. Well, I am sorry you're late, honey. It happens. I did have a really late start, so you probably would have been on time if I started on time. On that note, I do have my daughter who finally decided to wake up and get her butt moving. My husband who's been waiting for me for the last hour. They're all getting hangry is the word I'm going to use. And ready to go down to Egg Slut and get some eggs. So I think I'm going to go join them. Have some eggs. Anywho. But before I take off, let's see if we have any other questions. Oh, thank you. This is our last actual day. We fly back home tomorrow. Not the most entity active. Yeah. I'm really surprised it's not an entity active hotel, but it's not an older hotel. I think that's what I like about Fremont Street is the activity. Right. Grid ward for sure. And I do have my stones. I don't travel without them. I will travel safely. Thank you. And thank you, Trista. Thank you all so much for joining me on my live. And I will catch you all soon. Love you all. Thank you so much. Many blessings.